Hey guys, DeeDee is here and welcome back to my channel. This is the second part for my yearly bullet journal setup and this is going to be my 101 things in 2025. Just like in my yearly setup, I am starting with a doodle. And while I am making the title, let's talk about 101 things list. What is that? In simple terms, it is a list with 101 things what you could do in given year. It is totally up to you what you want to include in this list. For example, my list contains lots of things that correlate with specifically my hobbies. And it may not be relevant to you, but hopefully it will give you some ideas what you could include in your own list. Fun fact, when I was putting together my 101 things in 2025, I ended up with a list with, I believe, more than 150 things in my list. So my problem was to narrow it down to 101 things. I think I managed to do a pretty good job and I am very happy with my list's end result. In my bullet journal, this collection takes overall 8 pages or 4 openings, but that's just because I prefer to split my list into chapters. And without further ado, let's talk about my list. I have divided all my things in 8 categories. And in just a second, you will see that my very first category is date-specific things. It is very self-explanatory. This chapter includes all date-specific events I wouldn't want to miss in current year. For example, Valentine's Day, I could live without it, but I included just for fun. But like my birthday or my husband's birthday or Easter, Mother's Day, and this is, I think, is going to be 3rd year in a row I'm going to attempt to do Eurovision party, because Eurovision is my guilty pleasure show. I like to watch it. I don't participate in voting, but it is fun, and finally, maybe this year I will be able to organize a Eurovision party and invite all my friends to watch it together. Previous years I was very unsuccessful with this task. And of course there's like Midsummer and Father's Day and my wedding anniversary. And if you want to see my date-specific things list, then please feel free to pause the video and read it on your own. Because my important dates are different than your important dates. I hope it makes sense to you. And now on to my next category, which is going to be very near and dear to my heart, and it's going to be championships. Specifically, championships for board games. Not just board games, but board games alike. In this list, I have included championships for board games like Splendor, Take 5, Carcassonne, Catan, Saboteur, Wingspan and Living Forest. Although I don't know if Living Forest Championship will be held in 2025, just because in 2024 it was cancelled due to lack of participants. But fingers crossed that next year it will go on as planned, because I really love Living Forest board game. Then I have here things like Sudoku, because I love Sudoku and we have national championship for Sudoku as well. And my latest passion is speed puzzling, so I hope to go next year to World Jigsaw Speed Puzzling Championship in Spain, because I was in 2024 and that was an awesome event. That was one of my best vacations ever. And going forward, you will see that for some things in my list, I am adding those boxes next to specific entry, and that is just because for that specific entry, my goal is to do more than once. For example, for Sudoku Grand Prix, in total, there are 8 rounds overall during the year. I will consider this a success if I will do at least 6 rounds. And you can see that I have added the same boxes for Euro Jigsaw Jam events and my local jigsaw competitions. And now on to my next category, which is sewing. This year I have included things like sewing my capsule wardrobe. Currently my closet is kind of empty and I need to fill it. And I don't like to shop for ready-to-wear clothes. I prefer to sew my own things. So for 2025 I have winter, spring, summer and autumn capsule, and for each capsule I will consider as done if I will sew 3 to 5 pieces per capsule, because realistically I don't have that much time outside my work to sew things. We'll see how it will go. And of course I have added like extra sewing projects like my birthday dress and my daughter's birthday dress, and maybe I will do some Halloween costume for my daughter. Of course I want to challenge to sew not just clothes but also like sew a bag or sew a home decor. For home decor as well, I would like to do at least 3 to 5 things in a year. Then I have patriotic clothing for a family. I have included 4 boxes because we are 3 people and a dog, big family. And of course every year we have matching Christmas PJs. You can't go without those things. And lastly, I want to start to do some knitting, so I have included knit a sweater. I am planning to do a very simple, easy pattern for my sweater. We'll see how it goes. Now on to my next category, which is going to be baking and cooking. And this year, this is quite a big category for me because I have challenge in challenge, inception. You will see what I mean by that. First 12 entries are reserved for specific challenge for me, and that is Julia's Child Cookbook. I believe in this year's Christmas or year before. Okay, now I don't remember when, but I have, thanks to Anti-Chef channel here in YouTube, I gifted myself a Julia Child cookbook in hopes to do more cooking, which of course I haven't done. I have done only 2 or 3 recipes from her cookbook. So for 2025 I want to challenge myself to do 1 new recipe from her cookbook. That means that I have 12 entries reserved for this purpose. Currently I will leave them with a pencil, and during the year I will add actual recipe name when I will make it. I hope that makes sense. And then of course I have added things like bake a cake or bake a pie, and again I will consider this entry as done if I will do at least 3 times per year. Then something what I have never baked in my life but I really want to try is chocolate chip cookies. I know that's so simple, but I have never baked them. Also I have added bake a bread, macaroons, and make an ice cream and bake cream puffs. After baking and cooking, it's time to read and learn something. And in this category I am going to need your help, because I am that type of person who reads only 2 types of books. I love fantasy and lit RPG. So for 2025 I want to again challenge myself to broaden my reading world, and I would love to hear from you any suggestions. So for 2025 I have included that I need to read at least 1 book from these genres: biography, history, classic, detective, romance, and personal development. So if you have any suggestions regarding these type of books, I would really appreciate that. And for my learning part here, I really want to learn a song on the piano and on the flute. In my childhood I did play those instruments, and I would like to go back to my roots and start to playing them again. Next big category I have recreation, leisure and sports. Basically in this category I have different fun things what I could do on myself or with my family during the year. For example, like go to play mini golf, go on a horse ride, paddle boarding. I have done that only a couple times in my life, and that was actually fun, so I really want to do at least once a year. Then roller skating and ziplining and do a stargazing. So this is actually going to be in next year's autumn, when the observatory is going to be open and you can go and watch stars via big telescope. Then I have go to bowling. I love bowling. Before my daughter, every year I did make a birthday party by inviting everyone to go. Maybe I could start again this tradition. Maybe, who knows? We'll see. Then I have go to see a sports game, a concert, museum, opera or ballet, and go to an escape room, which is always a fun. And then I have host a murder mystery party. I want to do this for years, but I don't know if I will be able to do in this year. Just because I have 2-year-old daughter and I'm not sure how we will manage all that. But I have included in my list. Then I have host a game night, do a beach picnic, and then something near and dear to my heart is running. I am putting 2 running challenges, run 10 kilometers and run half a marathon. We are almost done with my 101 things. Next category is Christmas activities. I think it is very self-explanatory. It is everything regarding Christmas. For example, make an advent wreath, make a Christmas decorations. Hopefully I will do that with my daughter. Then have hot chocolate and chocolate chip cookies. If we will have snow, then we will build a snowman and make a snow angel. Most likely I will do this part in January, because last few years Decembers we have without snow, so I don't want to leave it until the end of year and realize that I cannot do this. Then of course go to Christmas market, make a gingerbread house and have a Harry Potter marathon. That is a must for every Christmas time. And finally we have arrived at my final category, which is random fun things. I put here everything I couldn't categorize in my previous list. So here you can find things like build a sandcastle, most likely it's going to be in summer, see a sunrise or a sunset. Then I have do a paint by numbers. That's something I always wanted to do, but I have never done. Then something very fun, I think it's going to be follow a Bob Ross painting tutorial. I really want to try to do this painting challenge. I don't know how it will go, but we'll see. If I will do, I will definitely show you the result. Then I have a family photo shoot. Oh yeah, and then I have rebuild the Sims 4 world. I really like playing Sims 4 and I am not that good with building things in the Sims. So I want to challenge myself to rebuild at least one world. Probably it's going to be the smallest world I'll do, but that's the plan for 2025. Then I have donate blood. I can do that 4 times a year, so I am putting here 4 times, but I will consider this as done if I will do at least once. Then finally, I have prepared bullet journal for 2026 and prepare 101 things in 2026. And this is my 101 things in 2025. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, if you are still listening. My plan for 2025 is to make a record, or not record, but take a picture or video for everything I complete in this list. So at the end of 2025 I want to make a compilation to see how many things I actually managed to do. Let's just hope that I won't forget to take a picture or video for everything I do on this list. But for now, thank you so much for watching until the end. If you like the video, consider to subscribe and and my next video is going to be either January setup or my 5-year journal setup. I haven't decided the order, but you will see that soon. But for now, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!